Language is a powerful tool that humans use to communicate with one another. It allows us to express our thoughts, feelings, and desires, and helps us to connect with others. But did you know that there are different types of language that we use in various situations? Understanding these types can help us navigate social interactions and effectively convey our messages. One important type of language is naming and identity language. This refers to the words we use to label and describe ourselves and others. It includes our names, as well as any labels or categories that we identify with, such as our gender, ethnicity, or occupation. Naming and identity language is crucial for expressing our individuality and for understanding the diversity of human experiences. Another type of language is affiliation language. This refers to the words and phrases we use to show our connection or belonging to a particular group. Whether it's the language spoken by a specific community or the jargon used within a professional field, affiliation language helps us establish common ground and build relationships with others who share our interests or experiences. Formal and informal language are also important types of language. Formal language is typically used in professional or academic settings, where a certain level of decorum is expected. It is characterized by its proper grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure. On the other hand, informal language is more relaxed and casual, often used in everyday conversations or informal settings. It may include slang, abbreviations, or contractions that are not considered appropriate in formal contexts. Improper language, as the name suggests, refers to words or expressions that are considered rude, offensive, or inappropriate. It is essential to be mindful of using improper language, as it can harm relationships and create misunderstandings. It's important to remember that what may seem harmless to one person could be hurtful to another. So, it's always a good idea to be respectful and considerate when choosing our words. Relative language is another type of language that is used to describe things in comparison to other things. It helps us make sense of the world by providing context and perspective. For example, when we say that something is big or small, we are using relative language to compare its size to other objects. Relative language allows us to communicate our thoughts and experiences in a way that others can understand and relate to. Lastly, euphemisms are a type of language that we use to soften or replace words or phrases that may be considered harsh or unpleasant. They are often used to address sensitive topics or to avoid offending others. For example, instead of saying that someone has passed away, we might use the euphemism, "He or she is no longer with us." Euphemisms can help us navigate difficult conversations and maintain politeness in our interactions. Understanding the different types of language is important because it allows us to communicate effectively and build connections with others. Using the appropriate language in a given situation can help us convey our messages clearly, respect others' boundaries, and avoid misunderstandings. So, the next time you engage in a conversation, take a moment to consider the type of language you are using and how it may impact your communication.